opposition parties say they are increasingly concerned about why it's taking so long for the country to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. South Africa is in line to receive the vaccine, the COVAX vaccine, but there's still no clarity on when it is going to land in the country. On Monday, you'll remember President Ramaphosa saying that South Africa is set to receive a COVID-19 vaccine in the second quarter of 2021. That was pushed out from earlier promises. Let's get some political response to this now from the eNCA Freedom Party. The Chief Whip, Narend Singh, good afternoon to you and welcome. I'm assuming then that you would share concerns over this delay. The announcement on Monday seemed to surprise us.
Absolutely, Jeremy, and good afternoon to you and your viewers. The tardiness with which government has been dealing with the issue of trying to obtain the vaccines is unacceptable. And we believe that government as a whole should have been more prepared to deal with this matter. And reading reports of deposits not having paid on time, doesn't give one a whole lot of confidence. However, having said that, we were pleased to hear that the necessary deposit for the first few million of the vaccines, which would come to about 6.7 billion, has been paid. And we just hope that this has not unduly delayed the vaccines coming into our country for a rollout.
It's not just about the money, though, Mr. Singh. I've just been speaking to Professor Shabir Mahdi from Wits University, Professor of Vaccinology, essentially suggesting that we've got the strategy wrong, that we've put all our eggs into the COVAX basket.
Yes, from what I read, there are a number of vaccines on trials around the world. And however, from my information, and maybe you would know better, not all of them have been approved by their respective health authorities. And it would seem that COVAX is the only one that has 90 to 95% efficacy at this moment in time. But I think we should be spreading our wings and looking at other countries. I know India is quite advanced with producing vaccines, although they would require it for the billions of people in their own country. But I think we must move out and look at other vaccines that are available and start acquiring after they're approved by SAHPRA.
What's your party going to do to help? Because it's easy to make this a political football, but that's the last thing this country needs.
Absolutely. I think we must also appreciate and accept that the vaccine is not a silver bullet. What we really need is to do the basics at this moment in time. And Jeremy, as you would know, I think we find ourselves in this position now with the level 3 lockdown, largely because of ourselves. Largely because of irresponsible human behavior. I mean, even yesterday, after announcements were made, there were throngs of people all over partying and celebrating, as if it's going to be their last celebration. So I think we really need to come together as South Africans. And, we've had a slogan before in the days of apartheid, all for one, one for all. An injury to one is an injury to all. And we've really got to become patriotic people now, so that those who have comorbidities, the elderly, we considerate, the healthcare workers, the physicians, etc., are really taking strain at this moment in time. And we've really got to be considerate as South Africans and do the right things. Stay away, social distance, wash your hands.
Well, Mr. Singh, again, I mean, I absolutely agree with you, but that call for patriotism and consideration was made in the early days of the lockdown 8 months ago. No one listened.
Yes, unfortunately. I wouldn't say no one listened. I would think, there were those that listened that were responsible, but the majority have not listened. And, we just don't have enough enforcement.
All right, seem to have lost the audio to Mr. Narend Singh, but I think we've got the picture. He's the Chief Whip of the eNCA Freedom Party. Let me stay with the corona.